All right, guys, let's just get into it. It is Wednesday, August 24th. Today we have some news for the week. We also have Vulcan Forge information you need to know if you want to set up a node. And then we're going to get into some Luna Classic information, what's actually going on with Luna Classic. If you feel like gambling, you'll have the information to do that. Let's start today by going through Vulcan Forge, and then we'll get into some news and we'll come back. So I've been trying to get educated in Vulcan Forge over the last day or two. You are actually, Vulcan Forged created their own blockchain, and they're going to be launching games off their own chain. Going through the white paper, it looks like they're going to be able to do anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 transactions a second. And it does look like it can be a very promising ecosystem. They've built a marketplace for different things, but I really want to just talk about the nodes, what you will need if you want to set one up. And let's just kind of get into that information. And if you want to take more of a deep dive, I can provide the information for you. LV sent me a bunch of information. A big shout out to LV. He is a great member of the community, and he really helped me with some questions that I had, because I have to learn everything, especially on stuff that I don't know. I have to really get in there and learn about it so I can help educate you guys, because if I don't understand it, there's no way I'm going to educate you guys. Just getting into this really quickly, this is actually a great thing that he sent me. There are different tiers of the nodes, and different tiers are going to be how many tokens you have staked, and different rewards will pay out for different nodes. They have 7 tiers. Here is listed 6, and then you can upgrade to a 7th tier if you want to, but these are already pretty expensive, and I know a lot of people right now don't have a ton of money to spend, but let's just get into it really quickly. There's six different Typhoon nodes. Tier 1 starts at 2,000 PYR locked. Okay, so 2,000 PYR is about $6,000. To do this, you are going to need a piece of land in the game. They do have virtual land sales, and you're going to be able to buy land if you go onto their marketplace, market.vulcanforge.com, Marketplace Explorer, and they have different things on here that you can buy and sell, but you mainly need a plot of land, and plots of land go for anywhere from 300-400 Vulcan Forge to people want thousands of Vulcan Forge. You don't need a $10,000 piece of land to build a node, you just need a basic one. And so going back to this visual here, so you can upgrade your tier of node with different levels of PYR. And so mainnet is already launched. You can go do this right now if you feel the need to. And you can also, here's what the land looks like. And you can also buy, gods will give you additional boost in rewards being paid out. And let me just go through a little bit about this. So the introduction, this talks about the nodes, payouts based on land plot level. So there's different land plots, different levels, right? Here you can see level 4 gets you 10%, all the way up to level 7 gets you 44%. So if you really want to, if you like this project and you dive into it, and this is something that you want to do, by all means get in here. And Typhoon's a very appropriate god for a PYR lava nodes. He's one. So this is just talking about different gods, and so different gods, I think there's like 11 or 12 gods, and each one will pay an additional amount on top of what you're already getting, depending how many tokens that you have staked. These are what the NFTs look like, and so you can buy them on their marketplace, and this will go into, and I'll post these links too, guys, if you really want to get in here and take a look at it. Rewards for nodes. So the different nodes will be rewarded mainly with lava. So there's the Vulcan Forge token, and there's a lava token, right? As Vulcan Forge is determined to create a sustainable, balanced economy, we will use several ways to collect rewards for nodes and burn a decent amount. For now, we offer 3 types of nodes. So there's the Chronos node, a Dementor node, and then a Typhoon node. We will incentivize higher tiered nodes slightly better. The same goes for higher locking periods. So you stake, you can lock, and depending on those 2 things and your land, there's a lot of different things here, guys, that will determine how much you're getting paid out. And so here it goes, the lava transactions. So this is how the fees will be distributed. 50% of the fees will be available as rewards for Chronos and Typhoon nodes. 10% of lava will be divided between the Dementor nodes. 10% of lava will be used to fill up the Vulcan Forge gaming pools. 10% of lava is donated to the Elysium, Geological and Environmental pool, and then 20% is burned. Lava does have a deflationary mechanism here. They're burning tokens, which is really good. The marketplace royalty fees, this kind of goes into where the fees are going in the marketplace, but in a GIF here, guys, if you really wanted to go do this, if you think that Vulcan Forge is going to be very successful in the games that they bring forward, more power to you. I know a couple of members asked me what it takes to set up a node, so I just wanted to go through that really quickly. This is not a sensei chat on Vulcan Forge. For that, I would need some time, but you can see here with the NFTs, right? So basic multiplier NFT plus 30 lava monthly, all the way up. This one is rare. It says 200 additional, and then mythic multiplier NFT increases your god pool buff by 0.5%. And so there's so many different ways you can set up a node here and start earning rewards if you so choose to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link all of these different things that if you want to go through and educate yourself, please do. But this does look, I spent a lot of time looking at the ecosystem. The marketplace is being built out. The ecosystem is being built out. They don't, I think they have 5 or 6 games right now. So this is still pretty early on. If you take a look at the Vulcan Forge all-time high in the bull market, as you can see, the token price was $44. And this was before they had any of this stuff built out. With an $88 million market cap right now, this project can see much higher highs in the next bull run. If this is, the price has been flat here, I don't see it going like to $1 or 50 cents unless something catastrophic happens. And if that happens, you wouldn't want to be in this project anyways. But this has been consolidated down here, and it might be a good opportunity for you if you want to get into this and actually start building up your node. Level 1 to 4 regular lot plans, POR staking 350 POR max, invite up to 4 scholarships, 1 scholar per level. Level 4 to node operator, POR staking is here, 1,050. And then level 7 node validator, POR staking is 1,650 POR max. So this is what you would need to go ahead and launch a basic node. And then if you wanted to buff it up a little bit here, there's different things you can do with it as well. Just some information here, and you can go through all this when you have some free time if this interests you. And then, yeah, they have all these NFTs here for sale, and you can go buy them. I think there's, like I said, like 11 gods. I guess I just clicked on a link. So take a look, guys. But let's get into some actual news of what's going on. And then I'm going to get into the Luna Classic stuff and really tell you what's going on, because there's a ton of misinformation out there, and I just like to deal in facts and what's actually happening. I'll give you the good, the bad, and whatever it is. Okay, so Flipside Crypto lands Daphne Quan to serve as GM of the company's DAO initiatives. Flipside Crypto, a leading blockchain analytics company, announced today that Daphne Quan has joined the firm and its lead its DAO initiatives. Quan is being brought on to expand the company's DAO strategy as general manager of DAOs, capitalizing the company's early success in summary. This is just one of the people, no relationship to Do Kwon. Don't think that she's like the sister or something. This is an interesting article. So this is talking about, okay, so this is talking about Google's investment. So the tech giants company Alphabet invested 1.5 billion into 4 crypto startups in 2021, according to the report from Blockchain Data. The companies backed were digital asset custodial platforms Fireblocks. If you were in the community last year when Fireblocks was launching, I went out and said, hey, this is probably going to be a really good stock to buy. Here's the information. And if you were here and you bought some like I did, you're definitely happy. Web3 game developer Dapper Labs, Bitcoin infrastructure 2 Voltage, and venture capital firm Digital Currency Group. Samsung was the most active investor in the period, backing 13 companies with a total of almost $1 billion invested. BlackRock, Morgan Stanley invested more than Samsung, 1.2 billion and 1.1 billion respectively across 3 and 2 round funding. Goldman Sachs was the 5th at 700 million. BNY Mellon, another 700 million, PayPal, 650 million, guys. The reason I brought this up is these big conglomerates are putting a ton of money into crypto. They're trying to be a part of it in any way, shape they can. And you want to keep track of this stuff. You want to keep track of what's going on with Bitcoin and maybe follow them into what some of the investments that they're making. Obviously, they have teams and gobs of people that go through all of this stuff. And like I said, Fireblocks was probably one of the better investments for last year. Let's get into some other news right here. SC Chair Jay Clayton joins crypto investor Electric Capital as an advisor. Okay. If you don't know who Jay Clayton is, this was the great asshole that brought the lawsuit against Ripple the last day he was at work. So this guy sucks. Funny story is this guy went to go ahead and work for a company that was invested in Ripple. The world's a very small place when you get up there. But Electric Capital, a crypto focused venture capital firm, raised $1 billion for 2 new funds earlier this year and has named Securities and Exchange Commission SEC Jay Clayton as an advisor. The crypto investor also named 2 other advisories: Kevin Walsh, former member of the Federal Board of Governors, and Priyatiti Reshudhuri. I cannot say that, I'm sorry. Vice President and Research at Meta Platforms. Clayton isn't new to crypto. Yeah, this is just talking about the SEC thing. I think the guy's a schmuck, but he's still around. Malaysia, this is talking about Malaysia. So Malaysia Bank works on crypto-friendly super app with Ant Group Tech. So Malaysia continues accelerating its pace of cryptocurrency adoption as one of the major local banks is moving into cryptocurrency trading as part of its default banking offerings, guys. This is really what you want to see, right? Banks offering you crypto. I said this last year that sooner or later, in the next 1 or 2 years, you're going to see your bank offering you crypto when you go into transact and do different things. There's banks in New Jersey already doing this. I don't think it's going to be long before Chase and all these bigger players, they're waiting for proper regulation so they don't step on anybody's toes. But Kanaga Investment Bank Berhad, one of the largest private investment banks with more than 500,000 customers, have partnered with China's tech giant Ant Group to launch a crypto-friendly wallet and trading application, according to an announcement on Wednesday, which is today. Kanaga has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ant, jointly developed Malaysia's wealth application called Categorized as a Super App. Under the terms of the agreement, Ant's digital technology unit will provide Kanaga with a MPS, a mobile development platform originating from Alipay app. They took some Alipay stuff, they made a crypto app, and they're going to be providing this to some of these customers here in Malaysia. So you really want to see this. This is how the world's evolving as far as crypto adoption. Some countries are a little bit more further ahead than, let's say, the United States is. That's unfortunate, but I do think the US will catch up very quickly when it wants to. They have a saying in Congress that nothing happens all of a sudden until everything happens all of a sudden, right? It's like they aren't really working, but I think there's over 50 bills floating around that have to do with crypto. Sooner or later, one of these things is going to get passed and we are going to get rules of the road. That is when you're going to see corporations and big conglomerates buying into crypto with even more money than they are doing right now. Stablecoin issuer Tether has reinstated its decision to not bar Tornado Cash's addresses, noting that it's not been contacted by U.S. authorities and law enforcement in any such requests. Unilaterally freezing secondary market addresses could be a highly disruptive and reckless move by Tether, said the company in a statement on Wednesday. The company behind the dollar peg stablecoin USDT, which we all use if you're buying and selling on Ethereum, said it will not bar addresses associated with Tornado Cash until the U.S. Treasury Department Office of Foreign Asset Control, OFAC, says otherwise. I don't think this is a really smart move, guys. You don't want to piss off the U.S. government. Obviously, USDT's had some shady stuff in the past with not actually having all of their dollars that they've been printing in UST backed by real capital. I've looked at the statements on USDT saying that they have the money that backs it up. But what's really weird is they've shifted between 4 or 5 different companies in the last year. And if you're not doing anything shady, why would you have to keep going and getting new companies to say that you have the money? I personally believe USDT is a scam, but hey, it's here and no one's doing anything about it. I thought this was hilarious, guys. If you don't know, so BitBoy Crypto got sued, right? Or BitBoy Crypto suing somebody. What's his name? His name is Atozi. So I watched this video actually with Atozi, and what happened was BitBoy Crypto shilled the shit out of a project called PAMP. I think it's AMP, and basically it was a rug. And he went on to say, oh, we've done our due diligence. I would invest in this and that. It's not financial advice. Do your own research, but you don't have to because we did it for you. I've watched the video twice now. And I just thought this was funny. But so Kobe is a crypto whale. He donated $100 grand to Atozi to fight BitBoy against this lawsuit because Atozi just really called him out for shilling this shitty project. And he made a ton of money. I think he makes 35 grand per project that he talks about. Recently, he hasn't been doing many of these, I think for similar reasons like this. But I just thought this was funny. It's what's happening. Yeah, it was called PAMP. Sorry. It was called PAMP. Here, look. I wonder if CoinMarket still has this. PAMP. Yeah, PAMP Network. Check this out, guys. Oh, they took it down. Oh, so it went like this, and then it went like this, and then it's a flat line. That was just really funny that happened. I don't know. I thought it was funny. This is the news I wanted to get to. So, if you missed my Sensei Chat back in June 10th was the date. I think it's posted in Sensei Chats on June 13th. I went into the DTCC and why I think you really need to be paying attention to this and Project Ion. But DTCC's Project Ion platform now live in parallel production environment, processing over 100,000 transactions per day on DLT. Okay? All right, so The Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, the DTCC, is a premier post-trading market infrastructure of the global financial services industry. Today announced that its Project Ion platform, which is being developed as an alternative settlement platform leveraging DLT technology, has gone live in a parallel production environment, while upholding the firm's rigorous resiliency and safety standards. The Project Ion platform is now parallel processing an average of 100,000 transactions and almost 100. Oh wait, so it's processing over 100,000 bilateral equity transactions per day, almost 160,000 transactions on peak days. The DT subsidiary said the Depository Trust Company Classic Settlement Systems remaining the authority of record. So guys, they are going to have the new banking rails and the old banking rails run parallel for the next 3 years. The reason that they are doing this, in case something happens, they can fall back on the old system, which is the SWIFT system. This private permission DLT platform was developed in collaboration with many of the world's leading market participants in technology providing firms including Apex Clearing Corp, Barclays, BNY Mellon, Charles Schwab, Citadel Securities, Citi, Credit Suisse Securities, USA LLC, Fidelity Investments, Finality International, Goldman Sachs, etc., etc., etc. The goal of Project Ion is to ultimately provide a resilient, secure, scalable alternative to settlement service to clients with the option to leverage DLT for those firms who wish to take advantage of the emerging technology. DTCC partnered with leading enterprise technology provider R3, which we talked about in that chat, to develop and launch Project Ion. R3 can use XRP and a couple other things to settle these transactions, guys, okay? This is a milestone achievement in the equity markets and reflects the deep level of collaboration and partnership with the DTCC. And it just gets into a little bit more about the DTCC, but what you need to focus on is this. Last year, in 2021, DTT subsidiaries processed securities transactions valued at $2.4 quadrillion. Quadrillion dollars, okay? So, when we wake up one day and the DTCC is fully running and using whatever cryptocurrency it is, whether it's XRP, XDC, XLM, I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but there is links showing DTCC with Ripple. The former head of the DTCC is an advisor at Ripple. They've been working on this for 6 years, guys, and this is no joke. This is why I'm trying to get this information to you as quickly as possible. So we're going to talk more about this on Friday. I'm going to do another Sensei chat going over some of this information for the people that missed it. If you don't want to go back and watch the last video, I get it. That's fine. I'm going to bring you better, more up-to-date information on Friday about all of this. Okay, this is why XRP and XDC are one of my 2 biggest holdings. I don't plan on selling those for any $2, $10. I'm looking for crazy returns, right? If you're processing $2 quadrillion, you can't have a $1 XRP or a $1 XDC. It's just not going to work like that. You need a higher set amount. There's also news with FedNow, right? And Volante. Volante uses RippleNet. FedNow is going to use Volante Pay to send out all that money. So you need to pay attention to this. All right, let's get into some crazy stuff. I'm really excited about Friday, guys. All right, Terra Classic. What's going on with Terra Classic is this, guys. They are trying to pass a couple different things, right? One is a staking, to bring staking back, right? To basically bring the network back from the dead. And the second is a burn tax on buys and sells, okay? And so this is just some of the amendment stuff. Hi, Yon Suk, I can't say his name, I'm sorry. If you're okay with these changes and merge the changes, could also request that the Terra Money Classic Core. So basically this guy is saying that he's good to go. They're not messing with Do Kwon anymore. This is the developers of Luna taking it under themselves and the validators trying to pass these things to bring it back from the dead. This is an extreme gamble. This is what this is. This is not, I know crypto information, this is good, this is good, this is good. This is a gamble, right? There's 7 trillion tokens. Even with a 1.2% burn on buys and sells, we're looking at $100 million a day in volume. That's still only 1.2 million Luna Classic burnt a day. Do that monthly, that's what, like 35 to 40 million. We're not even gonna get close to a trillion, or even, they wanna bring this down to 10 billion tokens. This could take years to do, guys, years to do, okay? But That's what they're working on. So staking is supposed to go live in 2 days if everything goes smoothly. Okay, so on the 26th, we're going to know if staking is back. Okay, I will let you know if something changes, but I put in like $1,500, $2,000. I like taking risks on things. I think if staking comes back and this burn tax happens, I would like to see the burn a little bit higher, but people don't want to lose their tokens, which I get. But the reason, there was some information floating around that Binance is going to burn a big supply of the tokens. So a lot of the Luna trading happens on Binance. 40% of Luna trading happens on Binance, whether it's Binance US or Binance OG or a white hat label of Binance. A lot of it happens there. And so they need CZ, who is the founder of Binance, on board with this, right? And CZ has come out and said that if the community is for it, that they will implement it and do it. But you have to have exchanges on board with it as well, guys, okay? And so this is just some information. And so if you look at here, Terra Classic Analytics, right? There's 71 projects still on Terra, still trying to pass this. And the more staking has to happen first, and then what you might get is more people coming back to build on the network. You need people building on the network because all of these apps use Luna, and if all of these apps are buying and selling or doing things with Luna, all of that can be burned. But we're going to need $1 billion a day or $2 billion a day in transactions to really make a huge dent in this. It's going to take a lot of work, guys. It's not something that's going to be simple. This is a gamble, okay? Terra Classic Performance Analytics, right? This is where you can see the voting power. So Orion.money is, so right now I think they're at about 65% voting. I think they need 65 to pass it. They're right at that 65 level. And Orion still hasn't voted yet. So Orion is about, I think now they have about 4% or something like that, or 5%. I don't know why it says 10%. But if they get Orion to say yes, they should be able to pass everything. If the burn tax gets passed, September 12th is the day. September 12th, guys. And I've actually been talking about this for a couple weeks, and you've seen a lot of people talking about this on Twitter. It's trending. There's a ton of YouTube videos out there, but this is where it's trying to head. Right? Here's a tweet. TFL dev Yonsuk Dio has been working directly with Terra Rebels to help them implement the new code changes for renewable lunacy staking plus the 1.2% tax. Okay. And then this was CZ. They did an interview on Bankless. This is where CZ was commenting on it. This happened back in June 1st. He didn't really understand what was going on, or that's what he says in the video. I had to watch a full hour of the video because I couldn't find exactly where this minute clip was. I tried for an hour, but he said that he is going to go with what the community wants. And if Binance ends up doing this, it can really help out what's going to happen with this. And this is the burn wallet. And people, you can see regular people are sending in $1 million here, $2 million here to burn to help the ecosystem. This really is a gamble. I can't label it as something that it's not. This is pure Las Vegas, putting a number on 31 and hopefully it pops up. This guy, Matthew G. Perry, has created so many FOMO videos on Luna. Makes me sick, but I'm not here to really judge. But he made this Google Doc, right? This is working with $300 million a day at 1.2%. He's saying that if we keep this up, that in 11.28 months, we can get down to the level that is needed. I don't think it's going to be that quick, guys. And this is using 2%. I don't even know why he used 2% because it's not 2%, it's 1.2. If somehow this all happens within a year, I would be gobsmacked. But if it did happen and they got back down to 10 billion tokens and you own a couple million tokens, this could be a very lucrative thing if it does happen, guys. If it does happen, you can go follow him at Perry8K and read all of his tweets and watch his videos if you want. This guy is a good person to follow. Let me just close this. Yeah, this guy's a good person to follow. A golden man, and he has a little king. He posts a ton of Luna information, and so I was scrolling through his tweets. He actually posted a clip of the CZ video that was, he posted it on June 1st, and I don't understand why I can't find it, because you come down here in June 9th, I can't get lower. So I don't know if the tweet was since deleted or what's going on with this dude's account, but I verified it. But they're trying to make this happen, and I do think that this is going to happen, right? So re-enable staking delegation to existing active validator set only. So you can see that this passed 90%. Turnout was 56%, and Ryan Money here. And so these are all the validators that were voting. And the deadline, this happened a while ago, but this is supposed to happen in 2 days, guys. Okay, here's the clip of CZ. This is where he was talking about what was going on with it. You know what? Since this is not going to be shared on YouTube, let me just do this. Which one is it? Which one is it? This one.
The credit where this comes from. This comes from the Bankless YouTube channel. They have 168,000.
Okay. This guy's going to explain what's going on with CZ, just so you understand. Because I couldn't find the clip.
Go check them out, as they are the one that did this live stream with CZ's. The videos from the live stream here is CZ's bear market plans. Now we have a clip, and Golden Man is a big member of the Terra Luna Classic community. He just was able to pull the clip here, post it on Twitter. So we're going to listen to the clip and give my reaction and kind of break it apart and see what is CZ really saying here. So let's go.
We burn the revenue we make. Should we go 0 fees?
Guys, this whole video, just before I get into this whole video, thousands of people, all the comments were burn Luna, burn Luna, burn Luna. So that's all these people were seeing this whole hour. That's why this guy's looking down at his thing and smiling, because it's crazy.
On Luna. So it's not clear what exactly that proposal is.
So where this begins is Bankless. They asked this question saying, hey, we have 500 people from the YouTube live stream that are asking about the Luna Classic burn tax. CZ, he talks it about here, and he's saying that they're not really sure what the proposal is. Let's continue.
It just says the community support anybody burning 1.2% of their own Luna. Great. So should we?
So he's saying that the team doesn't really fully understand where this 1.2% burn tax is coming from. They don't understand. They just see that the community wants us to be supported in some way, shape, or form.
Just burn all of our users Luna. I think if you take a pool of asking.
And then now he's saying, what should we do? Should we just burn all of our Luna Classic holders' tokens by 1.2%?
Users, if they're willing to burn 1.2% of their Luna they hold.
And watch his eyes. So if you look at his eyes right here, it almost looks like as his question was prepared. You can see his eyes are reading at the camera, but then they keep bouncing back to his side screen here. So they keep bouncing back almost as he was in preparation to a question like this, as everybody's been asking about it.
Most people will probably say no. Right. So I'm not sure what that means exactly. I did ask our team, but we'll figure it out. Okay. I think as long as there's a...
So good thing here. He says they're going to ask the team, and they're going to figure out
a common, consistent way, a fair way that applies to everybody. We're more than happy to support whatever the community agrees on.
So they're more than happy to support whatever the community decides on, okay? So that's the founder of Binance saying that he's on board if the community wants it, okay? Will this happen? All of this happen? It really looks like it's going to happen, but it's crypto, guys. Just like DAG's mainnet was supposed to be out 2 months ago, and they said it's this month, and now we're at the end of the month and we still don't have it. Things in crypto change on a dime. But what is good here, guys, is the validators are all for it. They have the voting power, and they really make the decision on what's going to happen. If this doesn't happen, Luna is totally dead. If this does happen, it's still dead, but it has a little bit. 1.2% is not a huge margin. It's going to take some time, but it's a very real world possibility that this could happen. And I wanted to let you know before this stuff happened, just in case you wanted to join me on this gambling. That's all we can call it, guys. This is not smart investing. This is really gambling, right? $100 is 1 million Luna right now. Luna went to a penny. In a year or two from now, you would turn your $100 into $10,000. So, you know, it might be worth to you to take the bet. It might not be worth you to at all, but it's just like investing in a DeFi protocol. We don't know if the team's going to rug the project in a week. We don't know if the project's going to fail. It's gambling in DeFi. So this is a similar thing on a larger scale. All right. So tomorrow, God, I have 3 AMAs back to back. So tomorrow, Starlink Fi, I'm doing an AMA with them, with Scott. I just found out about today. Awesome. And then, God, Friday, we have Timpy. That's going to be on Twitter Spaces. They wanted to do on Twitter Spaces for their community, so we're going to host it there. Saturday, I'm sitting down with Amplify, who's doing, it's a node project, but they're bringing Ethereum into it, and you can get Ethereum rewards and some other stuff. It seemed like an interesting project that's not just a rug, let's be honest. I met with the CEO, really nice guy. I've actually been in talks with this guy for over a year. He was in the community. And so I'm going to help them out and do an AMA with them. I have not invested in Amplify, I'll be really honest with you. I still need to do some more due diligence on the project. I just set this up yesterday. I'm just trying to help them out with their project. And then we have the Sensei chat on Friday. I have to get ready for 4 chats in 3 days. I'm going to be a little bit busy, but if you need anything, I am always here for you. You can reach out to me. But that in a nutshell is what I put together. I don't like to keep these chats for like an hour or two because nobody comes back and watches. So 30 minutes is what I try to do for you guys. And then hold on, let's take a look at something. if you were here last week and you were here on what I do on Thursday or Friday, if you were here and you followed me into Red LC, let's see what type of returns you made. So it launched at $1 on, what is it, Saturday at 6 a.m. my time. I said I'm getting into it. I'm putting 20 grand into it. I was only able to buy about 8,000 to 9,000 tokens between $1 and $2. You can see that I've already 3x my money. So if you would have put $100 into this, you'd have made $300 if you would have sold it right now. I do think this is going to continue to go up as the project brings on more projects. If you missed the chat, I went through both white papers, the nodes white paper and the red light chain white paper. Go back and watch that and get educated. But there are calls coming into the community by me in particular, but I'm very, very careful what I'm talking about right now because I don't want to get the community involved in something that is just going to be a DeFi scam. So that's why I don't post a lot of DeFi stuff right now. When we get back into a bull market, that's going to change because people will be FOMOing into things. We're going to do our due diligence. We're going to look at contracts. We're going to audit them. We're going to take a look at all that stuff. But this is a simple play that you could have done if you were following the community and you could have made some quick money. Probably if I sold my tokens right now, I'd be up about 30 or 40 grand. It's up to you to be here and be present. I see people leaving that they're not making money. And I said, are you paying attention to information in the community? They say no. That's why you're not making money, because you're not paying attention. Okay. Friday is going to be probably the best chat though. Friday, we're going to get into XRP, XDC, probably some XLM. I'm going to show you R3 again. I'll show you the DTCC. I'll show you the connections. I'll show you all of that again. And FedNow, that's a huge deal, guys. And you really need to be paying attention to that.